Across Europe, people are protesting against COVID restrictions. Lockdowns, curfews, masks, the list goes on. But in Denmark, hundreds took to the streets for a measure not yet implemented: vaccine passports. After a year of lockdowns and restricted travel, COVID-19 vaccinations have given us light at the end of the tunnel. But mass vaccination won't happen overnight. That's where vaccine passports could help. They're called a passport, but really they're just a certificate of vaccination. It could allow people to travel. It could also incentivize people to get the jab, since vaccination is not mandatory anywhere. So why are people against it? Right now, the official messaging on how valid or useful vaccine passports are is a little confusing. The EU supports the introduction of a vaccine passport.
It is absolutely necessary if you have been vaccinated to have a certificate. This is a medical necessity.
The WHO is supposedly against it, but it will collaborate on a digital vaccination certificate with Estonia. Regardless, vaccine passports are already becoming mainstream. In November, Qantas announced that they would only allow vaccinated passengers on board. But vaccine passports raise legitimate concerns. First, over their efficacy. Vaccines prevent COVID, but nothing yet proves that it prevents transmission. That's why the WHO is against vaccine passport. Also, it may create two kinds of citizens, with those vaccinated having the right to enter public spaces, and those who don't want to get the jab or simply can't have access to it, well, it would restrict their freedoms.
Either you decide that it must be compulsory to be vaccinated, or you decide that it shouldn't be compulsory, but then you can't do something in between where it's not compulsory, but it becomes compulsory in order to access to a number of services. I think it's hypocritical.
And what about privacy? Some argue that vaccine passports may breach people's personal data.
The fundamental challenge is really around health data, and how do you allow people to control and manage their data in a way that maintains their privacy.
Whether or not there are ethical concerns, many countries in Europe are considering the introduction of a vaccine passport, but only a tiny proportion of Europeans have received the necessary jabs, and they got it on a priority basis for now. So if they become a reality, there's still a long way to go before many people can hold a vaccine passport, and an even longer time for the less developed countries, since many may not even get the vaccine until 2023 or 2024.